My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. He was talking before I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I wanna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then, yeah. You know we'll have a good time then. My boy turned 10 just the other day. Said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Could you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I've got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. Then he turned around, but his smile never did. He said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I wanna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then, yeah. You know we'll have a good time then. He came home from college the other day. Looked so much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Could you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow your car keys. See you later, could I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Long since retired, my son moved away. Called him up just the other day. Said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. Said, I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. But my new job's a hassle and my kids have the flu. But it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. Yeah, my boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then, Dad. Don't you know we'll have a good time then. Hey, hey, happy Sunday. How is everybody? Thought we'd start out tonight with a song I've always liked a lot by one of the figures in the big singer-songwriter boom of the 70s and early 80s, Mr. Harry Chapin. Throw a little guilt trip on the parents here. You've all done a terrible job, and everything wrong with your children's life is your fault. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that's true in some cases. Some cases, they just got to grow up and get over it, too. A little bit of both. Anyway, let's say hi to some people here. Thomas George shows up early. He says, hey, Steve, can you play Footloose by Kenny Loggins? That's fun. It's kind of an unconventional request. Yeah, I'll see what I can do for you there, Thomas. Good to have you with us. Can you also do Rock DJ by Robbie Williams? That one I don't know. I'm not even familiar with the song, so I'm going to let you down on that one. I'll try to check it out sometime. Thanks, Thomas. Amandu is here. He says, hey, Steve, happy Sunday. Could you do Bad Bad Leroy Brown? You got it. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you being here, Aman. I love that song. All right, it's in the queue. Moritz joining us from Graz, Austria, says, hey, I saw the amazing Stop Making Sense concert film at the cinema today. Therefore, I ask if you please could play any song by the Talking Heads. I'm going to try one. It's the only one that I have any prayer of getting somewhat right, because I'm not very familiar with their catalog, but I've got it in the queue. I'm going to try something for you tonight, Moritz. Might humiliate me, but I'm willing to do that for you because you are such a loyal fan. Bill Hasty's here. Hey, Steve, could you please play You're My Home by Billy Joel? Absolutely. Love that tune. Thanks, Bill. Always a pleasure to see your name in the comments. Hope your recovery's coming along great. Silviu in Romania. Hope your voice is better now. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's doing fine. It's not all the way back from the COVID stuff, but it's getting better. It's getting better. So, yeah, feeling good today. Lee Scott is here. Hope you had a good Christmas. Enjoyed your song when you did Wham! Last Christmas on the show before Christmas. And you play the Four Tops down in Acapulco. I'm sorry, Lee, that's one I do not know. If you can think of another request you'd like to hear, if I know it, I'll play it. But that one I'm so unfamiliar with, I can't even try to give it a fake go. So thanks for being here, and I'm sorry I'm letting you down. Chris Erb is here. He says, hey, Steve, can you play Heaven by Bryan Adams? Also, can you briefly explain your streaming setup, type of mixer, mics, effects processor? It always sounds great. Yeah, thanks. Be happy to take a look at that. I'm putting this comment in the queue so I don't forget it. Thanks, Chris. Charles Crenshaw is here. Awesome job, my friend. Well, thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. Trace Montgomery is here. He says, hey, good evening. I'm going to put a few choices for my request. All right. I always appreciate that because usually when someone will list like 3 or 4 songs, I've got some way of doing at least one of them, although not always. And then I really feel like a doofus, but I'll do my best. Thanks, Trace. Pete Pohl is here. Says, hey, Steve, excellent job. Love your videos. Can you please play anything by Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin? Yeah, I love those old crooners. That's actually some of my favorite music of all time. Absolutely. All right. Okay. Hey, Ruth Hooker's here. How we doing? Good to have you with us, Unicorn Girl. Pete Pohl says, Doctor My Eyes by Jackson Browne would be another one. Okay. Let me put that one in the queue. Okay. All right, let's see here. There's a little conversation happening amongst the troops, which I love to see. Lord Farquaad is here. Happy New Year, Steve. Got to have some Billy Joel. Yes, we got some loaded up here pretty quick. Nancy says, Nancy Lenz is here. She's here in Nebraska, too. She says, good evening from chilly Nebraska. Yes, indeed, it is. We're just hunkered down, getting ready for a long winter's nap here. We're about to get pile driven. Is that the right way to say? Like, I know. Anyway, we're about to get pounced hard by the weather. Lee Scott says, how about The Glory of Love by Peter Cetera? Yes, that one I do know, for sure. Okay, look, I'm going to come back to the comments in a little bit here. I've already got a good start with requests. And I'm going to start out tonight with this. I'm going to do this one that I just kind of wanted to play. This is by Elton John, and it's off an album. It's kind of a Western-themed album called The Tumbleweed Connection. And this is a... kind of a sentimental favorite of mine called Country Comfort. Soon the pines will be falling everywhere. Village children fight each other for a share. And the 609 goes roaring past the creek. Deacon Lee prepares his sermon for next week. Saw Grandma yesterday down at the store. Well, she's really going fine for 84. Well, she asked me if sometime I'd fix her barn. The poor old girl needs a hand to run that farm. And it's good old country comfort in my bones. The sweetest sound in my ears you've ever known. An old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comforts on a truck going on home. Down the well, they got a new machine. Yeah, yeah. Foreman says cuts man-pound by 15. Well, that ain't natural. So Clay would say he's a horse-drawn man till his dying day. And it's good old country comfort in my bones. The sweetest sound in my ears I've ever known. And a good old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comforts on a truck going on home. Well, good old country comfort in my bones. It's the sweetest sound in my ears they've ever known. An old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comforts on a truck that's going on home. Well, the great old blues is flying hedgehogs done in clay between the breasts, and the rocking chairs are creaking on a porch. Across the valley moves the herdsman with his torch. It's good old country comfort in my bones, the sweetest sound my ears they've ever known, an old-fashioned feeling fully grown. Country comforts on a truck going on home. Country comforts on a truck going on home. Country comforts in a truck, it's going back home. All right. We're going to kick off the request with our Billy Joel request by Mr. Bill Hasty. This goes back to the 1973 Piano Man album. Although to me, the definitive version of this is on the 1981 live album, Songs in the Attic. You're My Home. When you look into my eyes and you see the crazy gypsy in my soul, it always comes as a surprise when I feel my withered roots begin to grow. I never had a place that I could call my very own, but that's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. When you touch my weary head and you tell me everything would be alright, you say, use my body for your bed, and my love will keep you warm throughout the night. Well, I'll never be a stranger and I'll never be alone. Whenever we're together, that's my home. Home can be the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Indiana's early morning dew, oh, high up in the hills of California. Home is just another word for you. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. That's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. If I wander all my life and I never get to stop and settle down, long as I have you by my side, oh, there's a roof above and good walls all around. You're my castle, you're my cabin, and my instant pleasure dawn. I need you in my house, 'cause you're my home. You're my hope. Oh. Thanks, Bill. Okay, I'm going to give this talking heads thing a little bit of a try here. Now, I've never tried this before. But I've heard this song on the radio like 1,000 times, and so I was somewhat familiar, at least, with it. And Moritz's comment came in just a few minutes before we went live, so I was able to have a listen to the song one time before, just to get some sense of what might be going on. And so we'll see. This, like I said, this could end up being an unmitigated disaster, but we'll do our best. Shouts, you might get what you're after. Cool babies, strange but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy, burning down the house. Hold tight, wait till the party's over. Hold tight, we're in for nasty weather. There has got to be a way, burning down the house. Here's your ticket, back your bag, time for jumping overboard. Transportation is here, close enough but not too far. Maybe you know where you are, fighting fire with fire. Oh, wet, you might need a raincoat. Shake down, dreams of walking bright daylight. 365 degrees, burning down the house. It was upon a place, sometimes I listen to myself. Gonna come in first place. People on their way to work say, baby, what did you expect? Gonna burst into flames. Burning down the house. My house is out of the ordinary. Well, my house, there we go, is out of the ordinary. That's right. Don't wanna hurt nobody. Something sure can sweep me off my feet. Burning down the house. Burning down the house. No visible means of supporting you, have not seen nothing yet. Everything's stuck together. I know you know what you'd expect, staring to the Stevie set. Fighting fire with fire. Okay, let's bail out of that before it gets any worse. All right, well, that was fun. Thanks. Thanks, Moritz. Thanks for giving me an interesting challenge. And thank you, Bill, for the You're My Home request. I haven't played that in a while. I love that song. All right, let's get back to some other singer-songwriters here. This is for Amandu, Jim Croce. Let's get your comment off the screen. Jeez. We'll get to you in a second, Thomas. Okay, here we go. Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. When you go down there, better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Well, the Leroy's more than trouble, and he stands about 6'4". All them downtown ladies call him treetop lover, and the men just call him sir. Well, he's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town, badder than old King Kong, and he's meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the Leroy, he is a gambler, and he likes his fancy clothes, and he likes to wear his diamond rings in front of everybody knows. Well, he got a custom Continental, he's got a Eldorado too, he's got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun, and a razor in his shoe. Well, he's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town, the badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. All right. Friday night about a week ago, well, Leroy was shooting dice. Down the edge of the bar sat a woman named Doris, and ooh, the girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and the trouble soon began. And when Leroy learned a little lesson about messing with the wife of a jealous man, well, he's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. He's badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the two men took to fight, and they pulled him from the floor. And Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. He's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. He's badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, he's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, he's badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. All right, thank you, Aman. Let's see here. So for Chris here, Chris Erb, he wants to hear Heaven by Bryan Adams, and he just wants me to talk a little bit about my live streaming setup. So, really quick. I normally like to keep my drink out of camera unless I'm actually taking a drink from it. So currently I am using a kind of a pretty old high-def Sony camcorder, Handycam, that I am, obviously I'm not filming it onto the hard drive of it or anything. I'm running an HDMI cable out of my computer, which you do not see, but I have a computer in front of me. It's an iMac desktop, and it's just below frame, and that's where I see lyrics and what I'm managing the live stream from in an application, a web application that I pay for called StreamYard. And anyway, so that's all going on here, and I can look at lyrics and all that good stuff, and then I run an HDMI cable. I have to have an adapter. I don't have an HDMI in on my computer, so I have an adapter that goes USB to HDMI, and then I have an HDMI cable into my camera, which then is just the thing catching it, and then this manages it. So the camera itself is just essentially being operated by the computer. Over here, you don't see it, but I have a Steinberg UR22 Mark II 2-channel audio interface that all of my sound goes into, and then that goes into the computer via MIDI cables, which it's MIDI cables actually that go in as a USB, but it's essentially, it's not MIDI cables. It's just a sound, it's just a USB to USB from the audio interface to here. And then I manage it all through this mixing board right here, this yellow, or this gray one off to my right. It's a Yamaha AW16G. It's pretty old. It goes back to 2004. It's just a hard disk recorder. I don't really use it for recording anymore, but it makes for a really good mixing board. It's got 16 channels and 8 audio inputs. So I've got the piano going into one input, I've got my microphone going into another input, and then I have the audio inputs tied to actual channels with faders, and I put just a basic compression on the vocal, as well as just like basically an EQ curve that they have baked in for male vocal. And then do the same thing with piano. There's a basic compression dynamic that I can put on there, and then also an EQ curve. Put a little bit of reverb on the piano, but not much, and then a fair amount of reverb on the vocal. And then I get a master mix between the two, and then I get those and kind of raise the master fader to get the final output volume that I want. Then that goes out of this gray thing into the audio input, into a right and left, and then from there it goes into my computer. So I manage the sound out of here, and it transfers through the audio input, or through the audio interface. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. And then all I have to do is tell StreamYard to get the audio from the audio interface and to get the video feed from this HDMI cable that's plugged into my camera, and we are off to the races. And I don't really use this much anymore, but if I wanted to, this could be another channel over here, and so can my iPhone or my iPod. If I wanted to play with backing tracks, it just all ends up as another channel, and that's why it's great. I mostly only use two, piano and vocal, but I've got room I could do a whole band in here if I wanted to, and we could just mix the whole thing off of this board and send one master signal into the feed. So it's pretty handy that way. So there you go, Chris. That's in a nutshell. I if you look on my channel, I actually have a video where I spent about 20 minutes going through all of that stuff on my YouTube channel as well. So, okay, back to music. Bryan Adams. I love this song, and I love Bryan Adams. I think he's one of the most underrated singer-songwriters, recording artists, certainly singers, but really just songwriters. My God, he's got so many great tunes, and so many people have forgotten that same guy did so many of them. So I think he's a very underrated talent, and someone that I am a big, big fan of. And this is probably my favorite of all of his songs, although there's 4 or 5 of them that are competing pretty hard with it. About our younger years, there was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. Love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see, we're in heaven. Whoa, what's in your life? You find someone who will turn your world around, bring you up when you're feeling down. Yeah, nothing can change what you mean to me. Oh, there's a lot that I could say, but just hold me now, because our love will lie the way. Baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see, we're in heaven. I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true, through the good times and the bad. Yeah, I'll be standing there by you. Okay. And Thomas, I'm going to bring this one in a little bit later in the show since it's such an ass kicker. I think it'll be fun to kind of tear it up a little bit later. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just strategically placing it in the set. And thank you, Chris, for that request. Okay, let's see here. Anything by Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin? Okay. There are many such songs that I'm quite fond of, but none that I'm more fond of than this one. So I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled and every highway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, but more, much more, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there were doubts, I some falls, but I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my share, my fill of losing, and now as the years subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and might I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, oh no, not me. I did it my way. Yes, for what's a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly Oh, yes, you know I did. I did it my way. All right, here's one for Lee Scott. This one is the first hit single for Peter Cetera after he left Chicago. It was co-written with his very, very successful co-writer from the Chicago days, producer David Foster. However, David was still underemployed with Chicago, the band, and produced Chicago 18 and did not produce Peter Cetera's first solo effort that came out that same year at basically the same time, which was called Solitude Solitaire. So he was a co-writer of the song, but he did not produce it. But it did still very much sound like a continuation of the greatness that they had had together in Chicago. It sounds very much like it was just the next thing in their string of great hits after Hard to Say I'm Sorry and Hard Habit to Break and You're the Inspiration and all those things. So anyway, good tune. It's called The Glory of Love, and it hit number 1. Tonight it's very clear, as we're both lying here. There's so many things I want to say. I will always love you, I could never leave you alone. Sometimes I just forget, say things I might regret. It breaks my heart to see you crying. I don't want to lose you, I could never make it alone. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're dreaming of. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. You keep me standing tall, you held me through it all. I'm always strong when you're beside me. I have always needed you, I could never make it alone. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero that you've been dreaming of. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of love. Just like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago, and in time I will save the day, take you to my castle far away. We did it all for love. 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 Thanks, Lee. One or two spots there where I kind of forgot how to play it, but you know, that's the joy of playing live by request. You can't, very, very seldom are you going to do like your A game on any song because you're not that prepared. That's why I do these, because it keeps a different muscle engaged, which is the one to kind of like roll with it, which is a useful muscle for you aspiring professional musicians. It's a useful muscle even when you mostly do gigs where you're very, very well prepared for what you're going to do, because sometimes, no matter how much you've rehearsed, shit just happens on stage and you got to be able to roll with it. So I like giving myself a lot of reps in a situation like this where the whole thing is just rolling with it, because that's all you can do. Okay, let's check back in the comments, see what else is happening. Trace, I want to tell you, I feel bad. The 3 songs that you've listed, I'm not familiar with any of them. I'm terrible. So I can't do any of those. But I saw in your comment, I saw in the comment conversation that you like the song Empty Garden. So I thought maybe I could do that one for you instead. And so my apologies. I'm failing you on the 3 that you really came here with. Those are titles that I will try to look into, but I just am not familiar with them by name at all. So my bad. Worst part is I might very well know all 3 of them if I just heard them, but I just don't know them by name. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Okay, Lord Farquaad wants Summer Highland Falls. Haven't done that one in a while. Thanks. All right, what's up, man? Best from Mexico City. Hey, hola. Buenas noches, mi amigo. Gracias. Muchas gracias. It's good to have you here. Well, hey, Mama Elgort. Vivian's here with us. Vivian's in the house. All right, and Ruth Hooker wants to hear, I guess that's why they call it the blues, or King of the Road with finger snaps. I love King of the Road. I think I'm going to go with the one that I can do really, really well with. But King of the Road is something I'm going to work into the set here soon, because I dig that song a lot. Hey, thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. Appreciate the good vibes. Okay. I'm just looking for comments that aren't part of a conversation amongst yourselves, which I think is fantastic that you guys become friends and do all of that. Love it. Lucio, how we doing? He says, good evening, everyone, and good music from Italy. Grazie. Grazie. So good to see you. Robin A. says, hello, Steve. Not sure if it's already been requested in the comments, but I'm sure you don't need any encouragement to play All Shook Up. Hey, that was our Sunday jam today. Yeah, we'll put that one in. That was the Sunday jam by the YouTube Music Mafia for this morning. So thanks to everyone who's listened and shared and liked and commented and all that good stuff. Steely Dan. I like Steely Dan. I'll see what I can get done here for you. Henry Howard from out in Mesquite, Nevada. How we doing? Good to have you with us. Yes, indeed. Little Elton John for my friend Henry. Okay. Thanks, Hank. It's good to see you again, man. Oh, Danny's song. Perfect. Thank you. I'm so glad that you like this one, Trace, because I want to take this moment to let everyone know that I'm introducing a couple new series here. This coming week will be the first one. So we already have, I call this Sunday Fun Day, the live streams. And we do our Sunday jams. That's with my partner, Rob Creasel, and sometimes with other friends that we just bring in for a song here or there, called the YouTube Music Mafia. We do those. We call them the Sunday Jams, and we put that out every Sunday. But I'm going to start doing a new piano vocal cover only, just piano vocal only cover every Tuesday. We're going to call that Solo Tuesdays. And I'm going to be putting out new piano teaching content every Friday. We're going to call it Free Lesson Friday. That's all going to be on my YouTube channel every week. So tune in. And as it happens, the very first Solo Tuesday this week is going to be Danny's song by Kenny Loggins and Messina. So I will definitely play that for you. I have no idea what you're taking notes on. I don't know how you got through my filtration system. This is my friend Kevin Lawrence, who I've told is not welcome in my live streams. I don't know why he's tuned in. I think he's playing a gig today, like a real gig. But anyway, my good friend, super talented person that I occasionally talk music with and mostly tell a lot of dirty jokes with, Kevin Lawrence. Good to have you with us. Aiden Swenson. Hey, man, if you happen to know Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder, that'd be awesome to hear. If not, any Stevie Wonder would be great. All right. I don't know that particular one, but I'll see if I can squeeze something else from his catalog in today. Okay. Let's carry on with the requests that are already in the can here. If we have time, I'll come back and look at some others. And before I get started, just a little reminder, if you're really enjoying yourself and you want to support my work and my channel and help me keep my bills paid from all of this stuff that I try to put out, you can always go down and leave a tip in my virtual tip jar, which is linked in the video description at YouTube below. And I have PayPal and Venmo both. You can choose the amount. Some people leave $5, some people leave $50. It really doesn't matter. It all adds up. And I squander it all on things like food and electricity and internet connection. Okay. Carrying on now. Let's do this one by Elton John for our friend Ruth Hooker. It away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me, can honestly say never will ever. While I'm away, dust out the day. for you and me roam, place in our hearts where we hide. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, and laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Just stare into space, picture my face in your hands. Live for each second without hesitation, and never forget I'm your man. Wait on me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps. But mama now, I simply love you more than I love life itself. Guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, and laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. Guess that's why they call it the blues. Wait on me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps. But mama never, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you. Oh, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Laughing like children, living like sorry. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Laughing like children, living like lovers. Guess that's why they call it the blues. I guess that's why they call it the blues. That's for our friend Ruth Hooker, the Unicorn Girl. All right, Robin, here's today's Sunday Jam. I should know all the words to this one, but, well, it's usually where everything goes wrong is when I assume that I do. So. Oh, well, Well, listen, my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up on, hey, yeah. My hands are shaky and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think I went to have such luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up on, hey, yeah. Well, now, please don't ask me what's on my mind. A little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. When I'm near that girl that I love best, my heart beats so and it scares me to death. Will she touch my hand? What a thrill I got. Her lips still like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up on, yeah, yeah. My tongue gets tied when I try to speak. My inside shaking like a leaf on a tree. There's only one cure for this body of mine. It's to have that girl that I love so fine. She touched my hand, for the thrill I got. Her lips are like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up on, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh, hey, well, I'm all shook up. All right. Thank you for the request there, Robin, and thanks for tuning in to the old Sunday Jam. There's one that was in the request earlier. Getting back to this whole singer-songwriter thread. This one's by Jackson Brown. Let me see here. Just want to remember, I never remember what key I do this in. Okay, I think this is the right key. Okay. Doctor, my eyes have seen the years. It's the grand parade of fears without crying. Now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good, but without hiding. You must help me if you can. But doctor, my eyes tell me what is wrong. Was I unwise to leave them open for so long? wander through this world, and as each moment has unfurled, I have been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just to where they will. I've never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Doctor, my eyes, please tell me what you see. I hear their cries. Just say if it's too late for me. Remember off the top of my head who that one was for, but I know someone asked for it. Oh, here we are. This one was for Pete Pohl. Thanks, Pete. Okay, this one is going out to Trace Montgomery here. I'm failing on the ones that he brought and said I'd like to hear. But luckily, he was engaged in a lengthy conversation, and I was able to do a little bit of detective work and found out that he's very fond of this song, and so am I. And this will be out Tuesday as a solo Tuesday piano vocal cover. I'm very, very pleased with how the audio came out on it. My friend Rob that helps me with the YouTube Music Mafia is helping me get my final mixes on these too, so I'm really, really happy about it. And this is called Danny's Song. It was released when he was working with Jim Messina under the Loggins and Messina brand. And I think it's a masterpiece too, Trace. People smile and tell me I'm a lucky one. We've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. He would be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. Even though he ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Seems as though a month ago I was beta child. No, I never got high. Oh, I was a sorry kind. Now I smile and face the girl that shares my name. Through with the game. This boy will never be the same. And even though he ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, you bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Pisces, Virgo, side, strong and kind, and the little boy is mine. Now I see a family where there once was none. Now we've just begun. Yeah, we're gonna fly to the sun. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, you bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Love the girl who holds the world in a paper cup and drink it up. Love her and she'll bring you love. If she finds you, helps you mind, you better take her home. Don't live alone. Try it out with lovers on. Even though we ain't got money, still so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, you bring a tear of joy to my eyes. Tell me everything is gonna be alright, yeah. All right, Trace, I hope that I hope that will suffice as a replacement song for the ones that I didn't know. I really appreciate you being here when you had a chance. Okay. Let's do, got a request for some Steely Dan. I have a Steely Dan song that I'm a big fan of. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. I think mostly I remember it. I might get a little bit lost in this one and have a laugh at myself and just sort of like make something up and get back to some part that I know. But anyway, I think this is a really cool tune, and I think Steely Dan's a really cool band. A lot of session musicians and that got together, and they've made some pretty solid work. So here we go. Hear you're leaving, that's okay. Thought our little wild time had just begun. Guess you kinda scared yourself, you turn and run. if you had a change of heart. Hang on. There we go. But if you had a change of heart, Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it out in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't use that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Whoops. Town, he's heard your name. We can go out driving on slow hand road. We could stay inside and play games I don't know. And you could have a change of heart. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it out in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Tell yourself you're not my kind, but you don't even know your mind. You could have a change of heart. And Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it out in a letter to yourself. When you get home, Ricky, don't lose that number. Ricky, don't lose that number. All right, that one needs a little polishing, a little cleanup, a little revisiting. It's a cool tune, though. I think I need to work that one up with Robbie. We need to do that for the Music Mafia as a Sunday jam sometime. Love that tune. Okay. This is for my friend Hank Howard out there in Mesquite, Nevada. This is his favorite Elton John song. I can't light no more of your darkness. And all my pictures seem to fade to black and white. I'm growing tired, and time stands still before me. it's too late to save myself from falling. Took a chance and changed the way of life. But you misread my meaning when I met you. Close the door and left me blind by the light. Don't let the sun go down on me. Though I search myself, always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Oh, losing everything is like the sun going down on me. I can't find the right romantic line. See me once, see the way I feel. Don't discard me just because you think I mean you harm. But these cuts I have, they need love to help them heal. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Oh, 'cause losing everything is like the sun going down on me. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, always someone else I see. I just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Oh, 'cause losing everything is like the sun going down on me. Thanks, Hank. It's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Right, time for some Billy Joel. This one is going out to our friend Lord Farquaad. I say that these are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known. I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. Now I've seen the sad surrender in my lover's eyes, and I can only stand upon and sympathize. We are always when our situations hand us either sadness or euphoria. Some will argue and will compromise and realize that nothing's ever changed. For all our mutual experience, our separate conclusions are the same. Now we are forced to recognize our inhumanity. A reason coexists with our insanity. Sadness or euphoria. How thoughtlessly we dissipate our energy. Perhaps we don't fulfill each other's fantasies. We stand upon the ledges of our lives with our respective similarities. It's either sadness or euphoria. Whoa. All right. Thanks, Lord Farquaad. Okay, Stevie Wonder. Can we do a Stevie Wonder song is what Aiden wants to know. And, of course, we can. Just need to think of which one I think I'm best positioned to pull off here. Like, I kind of know like 10 Stevie Wonder songs, but I'm going to pick the one that I think I can kind of do the most justice to. Okay. I'm going to do a little scatting here to replace some horns. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Am I right here? Music is a world within itself, with the language that we all understand, with an equal opportunity for all to sing and at their hands. Just because the record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. You can tell right away the letter A when the people start to move. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, baby. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over, baby. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-da, 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 ba-bum, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-do, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. The music knows it isn't always will be one of the things that we'll just won't quit. But here are some of music's pioneers that time will not allow to forget. There's Basie, Miller, Satchmo, and the king of all Sadook. With a voice like Gillis ringing out, there's no way the band can lose. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, baby. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, baby. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, baby. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. Bum, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-ba, ba-ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, that was sloppy, but that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. Roll with it, baby. It's like Steve Winwood says. I'm going to take just a second here and fill my water bottle with this water bottle. And one might ask, why not just drink out of this water bottle now that you've drained this water bottle? Wouldn't that create less dead air? And the answer to that question is, yes, in fact, it would. However, getting toward the end of the show, and I killing a little time with nonsense like that to give my voice like this much of a break, because we still have some ass kicking to do here for our friend Thomas George. Now this is going to be fun to kind of figure out how to work on the piano, but we're going to give it a try no matter what. I love this song. This was a 1984 smash hit, and it's the title track, obviously, to a very big hit motion picture off of that soundtrack from 1984. It's called Footloose. I've been working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours for, oh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling the times are holding me down. I hit the ceiling, or else I'll tear up this town, yeah. Now I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. everybody cut Footloose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. People way down into your heart. You're burning and yearning for somebody to tell you the life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you, you do anything, you don't even try. You defy if you don't cut loose, Footloose. Kick off the Sunday shoes. Please, Marie, hold me off my knees. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Blues, your blues, everybody cut Footloose. No, no, whoa, whoa, you got to turn me around to put your feet on the ground. Now take a hold of I'm turning it loose, Footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut Footloose. Footloose. Kick off the Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, hold me over my knees. Oh, crack. Get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut Footloose. Try not to bump into the microphone so much there, Steve-O. All right. Woo! Here we go. Okay, we are we have enough time left to play one more song, and I'm out of requests, so I'm just going to look and see if there's anything floating in the request pile here that catches my fancy. I'm not seeing anything right off the top of my head, so I guess I'm just going to do a fielder's choice here. Saved by the Bell. Nadia. Just in the nick of time, says The One by Elton John. Great request and something I know well. Thank you, Nadia. I much appreciate it. saw you dancing near the ocean and running fast along the sand. A spirit born of earth and water, fire flying from your hand. In the instant that you love someone, in the second that the hammer heals, reality runs up your spine, and the pieces finally fit. And all I ever needed was one, like freedom fields where wild horses run. When stars collide, like you and I, no shadows block the sun. You're all I ever needed, but baby, you're the one. There are caravans that follow, drunken nights and dark hotels, when chances breathe between the silence, where sex and love no longer jail. Whoa, for each man in his time is Cain. A chilly walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, a long-lost heart within his reach. And all I ever needed was one, like freedom fields where wild horses run. When stars collide, like you and I, no shadows block the sun. You're all I ever needed. Ooh, baby, you're the one. And all I ever needed was one, like freedom fields where wild horses run. When stars collide, like you and I, no shadows block the sun. Whoa, whoa, you're all I ever needed. Ooh, baby, you're the one. All I ever needed was one, like freedom fields where wild horses run. When stars collide, like you and I, no shadows block the sun. Whoa, whoa, you're all I ever needed. Ooh, baby, you're the one. right, that puts us awfully close to, we're within about 30 seconds of the cutoff time. So thank you so much. Thank you, Nadia, for the final request. And thanks to everybody who left a request. If there's something that I wasn't able to get to tonight, I apologize. It wasn't intentional. You guys, I love doing this for you. You always make it fun. And just thanks so much for taking some time out of your busy lives and sharing it with me. For everybody, if you're a musician, remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And for all of us, regardless, don't forget to give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. None of us knows when our individual ride comes to an end. So let's not have any regrets. Let's leave it out on the field. I love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, guys, take care.